What's good, people? Common Sense back again. Myself, Jimmy. Over there, we've got Clint. What's going on, bro?
I'm good. You right, Jimmy?
I'm fine. I'm hot,
Ready
actually.
for you, mate.
Yeah.
You're hot, yeah? Easy.
Calm down.
Hot boy summer, right?
Got Rems, of course.
Hey,
Remy, what are you saying?
I'm all good. I'm all good.
Yeah, so you got clothes on this time.
What do you mean?
Oh, no, actually.
Oh, did your baby mum tell you?
What's that even mean? Like, that even mean? Listen,
I'm just saying.
firstly,
Yes, sir, don't mess around with Remy, though. She's too sharp for you, Jimmy. She's way
Firstly,
too sharp. Way too quick.
I'm going to check your phone after this. But that's got nothing to do with anything. And, of course, we've got a special guest today. Jada, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, darling. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Good.
Of course, despite being abused by these lot. But
So I got your back, babe.
that's wonderful.
Oh.
Well, I was
Wonderful,
supposed to have your front, but you know. Just
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, okay.
Just getting
Hey,
molested.
Clint,
Like,
let's
fucking
just
hell.
leave them to it.
We shall.
We're gonna get on with the episode, yeah? Because fucking hell, I'm just getting molested for no reason. But anyway,
Don't act like you
Don't
don't
like
like
it,
it,
like
Jimmy.
this time, innit?
You know you like it.
Come on.
anyway, so speaking more seriously now, we were talking in the group. Actually, Remy, you want to kick it off? Because you were talking in the group about social media.
Social media and the effects it has on this generation. So not just looking at the positive side of things, like the ability to monetize your life, build a brand, that side of things. We're also looking at it from a point of view of the effect it has on mental health. Does it perpetuate racism and classism? So we're kind of really trying to delve into the depths of what social media is about and the impacts that it has.
What generation?
Oh wait,
The younger
Robots,
generation?
isn't it?
Hey, could be.
Allegedly.
He's a fossil.
Clint,
I'd rather a fossil looking like a dinosaur.
fucking hell, everyone's
Alright,
just sending
let's
for someone.
go
They're
here,
just
let's go
they're just
here,
bullet
let's go
sending for
here,
everyone. I don't know what's going on.
But
listen.
I got grazed by one of them. Like, damn.
Listen.
Like, one of them hit your hairline and pushed it back. It's crazy.
My hair shit, first and foremost. Listen, don't worry. I'm never going Turkey.
You
That-
know,
that's
I'll back
never
up on the
happening.
comments though, because I got
The
the
reason
thing
why
in
I
the
say
boot.
that-
I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
All right,
reason
but
why
more
I say that-
importantly, so social
Yeah.
media.
The reason why I asked that question is as in what generation?
It is important, yeah, I agree with him.
Yeah.
It does differentiate between a 13-year-old and a 33-year-old.
Exactly.
Are supposed to use
Exactly.
the internet differently, I believe. Unless you're talking about, certain men that go on there and just
Just be
are
wild.
old and trying to act like the younger generation.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it depends on how you let it affect you, your personality. If you're easily influenced by things around you, I mean, social media influences me in a way where if I see someone doing something, I'm like, I wouldn't promote that. So is that influences me? Does that influence me? I guess so. But does it make me want to do things? No.
I think that's
It,
more
doesn't.
education and influence. I think education is when you can look at something and know I'm not going to do that, whereas influence is just going to lead you down that road anyway. So I think you kind of use it as a positive driver, whereas
Yeah.
I think a lot of people who are kind of enveloped in that social media wave, they're sucked in by it.
Okay,
I
but
sure
I
it
think
comes
the
to-
internet is like any other thing on this earth. You use it how you would like. I think the only people that need to be moderated more than anyone is a child, is a juvenile, is a person
absolutely.
under 16.
But children alone aren't susceptible to mental health issues.
Exactly.
So that's the
I
thing.
agree.
What do you mean?
with on
What do you
that
mean
part. I
alone?
just think people.
What do you
I
mean?
think
No, that's what I mean.
internet
That's what
only
she's
brings out mad people. Well, not people. I just use that term.
Go on.
People's alter egos. So they
I'll agree
display
with that.
behaviour through a camera for the whole world to display that they usually couldn't
Yeah.
on the roadside. So
Yeah.
I say things like, give head. I wouldn't sit on road and have that conversation with my friends because I
Okay.
can't control who. Do you know what I mean? Like it just doesn't
Then
make
why
sense.
do you do it?
Because I just think it brings out your alter ego. You
Who
know?
you're afraid to be in real life.
No, it's alter ego. Remember, if you dissect us into little pieces,
Yeah.
we're, you know what I mean? We're not one-dimensional human beings.
No, definitely not. But
So-
then on the flip side, do you consider that in terms of the alter ego side of things, when you're looking at it from the racism aspect and when people are behind the camera abusing people, is that their alter ego or is it an excuse for cowardice in terms of not being
Of course
upfront
it
enough to
is.
be
Who's
who
going to
you want to
stand
be?
really in your face and call you an NIGGA? Like, that's
No
very
way.
unlikely in South London, North
But it
London.
could be
You know
the
what I mean?
same
But-
said for you though.
Depends
You're
on
not
the certain
comfortable
area
in
you
being
go
who
to,
you
'cause
want to
boy.
be, so you're
Yeah.
that receptive. From a more serious angle then, would you say that social media perpetuates racism? In light of what's been happening around Paul Pogba, Tammy Abrahams, what role does social media play in allowing racism, and do you feel that there's enough support?
It gives
for
it a
people to use
voice.
that app?
Yeah, exactly.
It gives it a voice.
Exactly.
That's
You
it.
wouldn't know what they were saying if it wasn't for Twitter. I mean,
Yeah.
those those people, whoever they are, maybe would have sat in front of TV and gone, "You this and you whatever they said on the Twitter."
Yeah, they were saying all kinds of, you monkey and all this other shit.
They've obviously been. So far as I'm concerned, I mean, this it could be right or wrong, but that kind of thing to me is taught at home.
Yeah, 100%.
Gotcha,
so if there were youngsters,
born racist, I agree.
Sorry,
no one
you're
is born
taught that.
racist,
No.
so I agree. I
you're
agree.
taught that, and obviously I can only speak for myself. I wasn't taught any of that kind of thing growing up. When I was at home, I wasn't taught don't like white people because of this, don't like these people because of that, or Asian, whoever it was. So I don't know. Maybe my conclusion is wrong, but when it comes down to me seeing that, I think there's something wrong at home.
Yeah.
So there's an issue where whatever it is that goes, I could be wrong, but whatever it is that goes on inside that individual's home,
that energy has to come from somewhere. It can't.
Yeah,
just
but they could also
And
be
if
a
it's-
cult. Maybe their parents, like the KKK, that's like an occult, isn't it? A group of people.
they're actually
that
terrorist.
follow reign.
Funny
They're a
enough,
terrorist
hate-
organisation, but I get it.
Exactly.
Funny enough, that's kind of
It's
similar
not about
to
them
my
being
point.
hate, that's almost like a religion, culture.
Yeah.
You know,
It was-
where sorry,
Keeping the
It's kind
bloodline
of
pure
similar
and
to my
such.
viewpoint. I think that what social media has given is given people a cloak. So very similar to the traditional KKK, traditional pagans, of the white hoods going around and hunting people. So it gives them the opportunity to cloud their bigotry, because more time than not, these people that are abusing these football players are our bus drivers, they are our librarians, they are our school workers. So it gives them
And
the
it's
premise to
scary.
hide behind. It's
That
very
is really-
scary.
That is really
But if you think
scary.
about it for the granular detail of what it is, the people that are abusing these people are the same people that could be serving us in Tesco's. They could be the same people that are bringing us our pizza in Pizza Express.
Yeah.
So how do we ensure that we can protect ourselves and also the next generation, so they're not a part of this or get caught up in that way?
So-
You
social
can't.
media-
You can't. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I agree with
No
you.
chance.
I agree
Like
with you.
that's that.
It's
Look,
been going around for the beginning of time.
yeah.
But
look,
thinking about it
hang
in
on a
terms of
second. Hang on a
social
second.
media.
Hold on,
Too
let-
fat,
hang on a
too
second.
black,
Let me-
too skinny. You're always going to be demonised for something.
Hang
in the
on,
world.
yeah, but right now, true. But right now we're talking about racism, yeah, and how it's used or perpetuated through social media.
yeah.
People like it's people. It's a front for these individuals to hide behind, and it goes both ways. Let's not act like it's just white towards black, because there were certain individuals I've seen recently on social media making claims saying
Expose them now, immediately. Say their name. Say their name.
I'm not going to give them the spotlight. I'm not giving them the spotlight.
Go on.
Right,
Go
There are
on.
certain,
I get that, I
there are
get
certain
that.
individuals that say, look, comedians do it. Comedians.
Okay.
Well, famous black comedians use black people as a mockery
Yeah.
to fund their shows.
Okay.
So if we change that individual to a white man,
Oh,
all of a
gosh,
sudden,
they'll
all of a
be-
sudden,
Problem.
he's
yeah,
racist,
they'll be
right?
attacked. They'll
Okay,
be
okay.
attacked, Yeah.
Also, the word nigger gets thrown around far too easily, comfortably by black people. And hang on a minute. And I don't want to hear anyone say, I'm owning it. I'm owning the word nigger.
You're claiming it and such, yeah.
Rubbish, yeah? Rubbish. If people only done a bit of history,
Behind the word and how derogatory it is,
Yes.
yeah, and
Yeah.
how demeaning it
yes.
is.
Yeah, because
yeah.
you wouldn't say it to your uncle or your granddad.
You'd be boxed out.
Yeah, because-
You mean
Okay.
nigga, you're not born nigga.
Because
Yeah.
the way we all know, we talk with our friends one way and with our families another.
Yeah.
I get it, yeah? This word nigger, yeah? Rappers in this country, I think we've got it from the Americans, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
We got most things from the Americans. I'll say that.
hang on,
according
hang
to
on
my
a
grandma,
second. Hang
she'd
on.
never heard
Let
it
me
until
get
she
this
came
out,
to
yeah,
this country,
yeah.
actually. So
That's
yeah,
true. They
it's
don't
very
say it
new.
in Arab.
It was
Yeah.
very new to her. Sorry.
So it's cool,
no,
it's
that's
cool.
a great
So
point.
the way I see, the way the word's been thrown around so easily.
And abused.
Yeah, it's as though I understand the positive side of it, where these youngsters trying to say, "Oh, we own it now," and it doesn't have the use or the power that
The
it
same
should have.
connotation that it had
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Yeah.
But on the flip
Hang
side.
on, hang on.
Sorry.
I'm just going to throw one thing in there, which is when you hear or you see a white person or anybody non-black rapping,
Hispanics,
and
when
the
they
N-word,
say it,
the N-word comes along.
Yeah, I
if
was
black
at the
people
Drake
are viewed,
concert.
especially on social media, if black people see anyone other than black using the N-word,
We want to
yeah.
assault
But
them.
hold
Hang
on,
on a minute,
hold
hang
on.
on a minute. Just let me come to an end, please.
Hispanics say it.
Let me come. Anyone other than black. Anyone.
Hispanics aren't black.
Well, I said,
so
let me
anyone
finish.
on the
Yeah, allow me to
I wanna
land.
hear it. Go
yeah.
on, hit it.
Jumping the gun. So anyone other than black that uses the word nigger, when black people were viewing that, they're like, "Oh, that person can't say nigger, but I can." So if you're in a room, you got black people, all these other colours, You all sing along to the same song, and the N-word comes along, and these people saying to me, only the black people can say the word nigger, and everyone else can't.
Yeah, but on the flip side, I get what you're saying. Sorry to interrupt you,
Go on,
but
go on.
Because this happens often.
We have throughout generations changed the meaning and the terms of word, like wicked. Where you go, it's wicked, man. If you
That's
look up
different.
that, no,
That's
but
different.
it's you got to kind of see the fun nature to these. The way people use it. I'm not saying it's right, but we have like you're a bad man. That's used as something good.
There's also an element of camaraderie around it. Like those are my niggas. Those are my niggas. Like,
Yeah, but the
family.
question is,
Hold on.
hang on. The question to clarify. Sorry to stop you, Jim. I know he's about to say something. The question is, how does social media perpetuate racism? I'm saying, if one of the peaks of racism, the words in racism is nigger.
Yeah.
And people saying that loosely all the time. So I'm saying, if black people are using the word nigger, how have you got you yourselves are using the word nigger?
But there's other
How
words
are
like
you-
the P-A-K-I word that gets thrown around a lot.
How are you
Let me ask you a
complaining?
question.
So-
How are
Let
you
me bring it back,
complaining
let me bring it
about racism when you're thrown around one of the most racist words ever created?
Let me bring it back and ask
You
this
got no right to
question then.
complain.
Let me ask this question then. So,
I disagree,
with
but I
that
want
being
you to hit
said,
it.
are social media companies doing enough to protect people that are using their apps?
There's
in
not
that
a-
Can't do it.
Can't do
How?
that.
Can't do
Yes,
it.
they
Because
can.
you can just create accounts like that overnight.
but
I
hear
was
this.
I was in someone's live the other day, and all I could see was monkey this, and I just thought, do you know what I mean? They get shut down. You report them. Everyone reports them,
But
and the
hear this.
same person comes back up again.
Hear this: when you sign a contract, when you get a contract out, right, you often do a dummy transaction on your card to prove that your account is working, right?
Yeah.
So why could we not do a similar verification
But not
process for
everyone's got a
social media?
card.
Then not everyone can have social media.
Do you know what the thing is? Do you know what the thing is? It's like it's as easy.
That's like saying then-
Wait.
That's
Hold on, because I've
You
let
went
one.
too far
Hold on,
left
hold on,
there.
because I've let one talk.
You can't.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
no,
me
no,
personally,
it's your turn, I
me
apologise.
personally, right? When it comes to things like that, it makes sense in practice, but it doesn't make sense when it's actually happening.
I agree.
The fact that these companies, Facebook, as I'm just going to focus Facebook alone because they're big enough. Facebook doesn't profit from allowing people to get their accounts ready, but having cards and driver's license and that. That means they're making their pool of people, their pool of customers smaller.
I understand that,
When
but
they get
every
people-
business
Yeah.
has a corporate social responsibility ingrained in the country in which they are registered. So if they are over here and they are making a business and making a profit, they should adhere to that. So as your corporate social responsibility,
Yeah.
you have a responsibility to your users to ensure that you are not perpetuating racism.
that's-
Yeah,
That's
but,
like
but
talking
they
about-
get
hold on,
blocked.
one
They
minute,
get
one minute.
blocked.
That's like
It's
talking
not-
and then
about
you just make a new one.
Wait. But that's like talking about a privacy policy. Or if you go on a porno website and you're saying,
I don't
yeah,
do those
I'm
things,
18.
Mum. I don't
I'm
do those
18,
things.
but you ain't
You don't
18,
do
no.
what?
No,
He
wait. I
watches
don't know.
porn.
We're not focusing on porn.
So
We're actually
do I.
focusing on what it is. So it's like
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you
I
go on a
got you.
porn site, you say I'm 18, but you're actually 12 and a half.
Is that what
like,
you're doing?
Give me a minute. It's like you're not actually doing anything. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
him miss
Throwing
the
it out
point. He ain't
there-
even trying to lie. He's just
Throwing
trying
it
to get
out
over
there
it.
to say, oh yeah, they should do this. It's like, yeah, but they've already put things in place. People can still go around it. There's always going to be loopholes to the system.
I understand that.
I think the companies need to be more proactive in person when you're able to report accounts.
How?
When you're
How?
able, because
How?
I'm getting to that. When you're able to report accounts, or when you're able to report certain people, certain followers of people, and I don't mean everyone, but if you've got an account, for example, like Britain First, and Britain First,
Is that the Tommy
obviously,
Robinson thing?
no, that's EDL, in English Defence League. Britain
Okay.
First is, what's his name? Nick Griffin, I think. his
I
name
only know
was.
BDL, the Base Defence League. The big
Man like Big Nasty.
Yes.
But when it comes to things like that, they are sharing stuff that is Islamophobic, xenophobic, easily racist and such.
I don't understand.
With what?
But you're saying, is newspaper not part of social media?
No,
okay.
that's
That's
it's
media,
just
but it's not.
It's
Yeah,
part
but
of
they
media as
also
a whole.
It's a
put up
cousin
things
of-
where it can be quite derogatory.
It's print
as
media.
well.
Yes.
So it is a part of social
No,
media.
it's a
It's
part of
print
media.
media.
Yeah.
It's print media.
Okay.
There's loads. You know, what is media is the
A
massive
big
pool.
umbrella,
There's
yeah.
social media, print media.
But
as,
that's easier moderated than it is social media because you
Yeah.
have to go through certain things.
But they also perpetuate the notion that you can actually discriminate against
They
a group of
do,
people.
but if you cross the line too far, allow News of the
You
World.
someone could be accountable.
Yeah,
Yes.
So I think that's the difference between kind
Social
of social
media
media and
and
printed
media.
media. the grey
Sorry to
area
interrupt you,
between
guys.
accountability and responsibility.
Yeah,
It's
because
very, very lax.
print media is almost dead. Like, it's not as effective as it was, let's say, 20 years ago.
Agreed.
Right? Where social media is instant. That is why it's
Tap of a
so
button.
exactly. Because, for example, if
No
it was
restraints
someone,
either, no editor. You just do what you do, upload it. That's it.
So
finish.
then
Right,
with so
so-
much grey area and so much influence, how do you guys feel about the fact that social media is often used to kind of fill the void of parenting, and it's the only influence that some young people have in their lives?
as a parent, I think those people are shit. I think they really have to question
How
what
do
they're
you
doing
stop
as
that?
parents.
I
No,
don't know.
I was
I
gonna-
have
no,
a
no, no, wait, wait.
14-year-old child, and
that's it.
everything that he has is connected to my phone. So
Yeah.
I can log him out automatically,
Right.
and if he tries to log back in, I get an instant text message to my phone. There are ways to monitor your children.
Right.
So any parent that said, "Oh, I didn't know that," well, if your child's got an iPhone, so should you.
Right.
And it's one
So-
email, one address, so there's no. It can be monitored.
And this is my point. Like, when it comes to things like saying, "Oh yeah, you can't monitor it," you absolutely can. Like, I've got stuff with both of my son's tablets. Yeah, they have tablets, but I monitor every single thing that goes on there.
Right.
When they tried to
Can I
download
also-
an app, sorry,
You
one minute.
need
When
a
I tried to
password.
download an app, I had to say it's
Accept
cool.
it,
So
basically.
I
Yeah,
had to go
yeah.
in it and say
Put the
that.
password in,
When
yeah.
they're going on certain things, I can see the time.
Let me
Yeah,
flip it. Let me
yeah.
flip
Go
it.
on.
Because it's easier to say that, but when you consider parents in the most deprived areas where they're of ill health, they're
Yeah.
stressed, they come from a food insecure environment,
Yep.
they're emotionally unavailable, so they haven't got that to give their children.
Yeah.
Wrongly or rightly so, social media fills that void. So where is the protection for those young people or children that don't have
There
the
isn't
steady
much.
parental influences
It's
of a Jimmy or a Jada? That's my point, because
Right.
it's easy. Like, I knew if I did anything wild on social media, I'm getting an ass whooping, so I'm not going to do it.
And that's it.
But there isn't always that influence. So then social media acts as guidance, it acts as comfort, it acts as acceptance.
Yeah.
It's
It
also a
acts as
childminder, actually.
It
I've
is.
realised.
It
It's
is.
a big childminder for some of the parents out there.
But it's not as simple as that. Like, you guys have the understanding of what it is you wanted for your children, but
Yeah.
not everybody has the capacity or the availability to offer that to them to their children.
Then there's not much we
unfortunately.
can do then.
And that is where
Nah.
we have dysfunctional families. That is where we have dysfunctional
Nah,
children.
it's all
and
about the
broken
communication part of it. I mean, if you really are allowing, as you said, allowing social media to raise your child, you clearly are missing a massive factor
And
as
it's
a
not just
parent.
social
But
media you
is
got to
there
worry
an allowance?
about.
If you're working 60, 70 hours a week, where is the allowance in that? Because the time you spend with your child is
Very
it's
minimal.
very
Not
minimal.
in this day and age. Fuck all that. Because you're working 60, 70 hours a
Oh, we
week.
can
What? Do you not
swear.
get breaks? Like, do you not get breaks? You ain't got FaceTime. You ain't got WhatsApp video. Like, we're not just going to go on like Instagram and Facebook is the big demon, but there's not other apps where you can actually communicate with your child. Like, fuck all that,
Yeah,
man. I
everyone's always
think that's
trying.
bullshit.
Everyone's always trying to
Like,
find
I-
someone else to blame for
Exactly.
the mistakes and
Like,
the problems.
Listen, I am a parent. I'm a father.
Amen.
When my son fails his, which he won't, by the way, when my son fails his exams, it's my fault. It's not Facebook's fault. It's not Instagram's fault. It's my fucking fault because I
Okay,
didn't
what
say
about if
to
your
him,
son goes out there and walks with a knife? Whose fault is
my
that?
fault.
Amen.
Because I didn't tell him,
I
listen,
like
you can't
you.
do that.
That's why she
like,
had
that's
your
it.
kids.
Me
Hang on a second,
Smart.
hang on
Hold
a second. Are you telling me that everything your parents told you when you were young, when you got outside, you done it?
Exactly.
No. When my mum or my dad said to me, "Oh, listen, don't do that," I done it. I got burnt, and then who would I have to go back to? My mum or my dad?
Yeah.
And
So
like,
are you saying
that's it.
that was your mum and dad's fault?
No. I'm saying me as a parent, as a new generation parent, I'm saying it's my fault because I'm being more proactive with my own children. So I want to be more involved with their lives.
Brother. Sorry.
That's
It's
it.
Him.
Go
I don't
on,
know.
go on.
Yeah, I don't have kids, but to me, that sounds like a perfect world that
Yeah,
just
I'm
doesn't
in agreement.
exist. So
Well, they can
hang on a
slip through
second.
the
hang on a
cracks.
second.
Come
Hang
on.
Hang on.
No, Clint's
There's
got a
no
very good
way.
point.
Yeah.
There's no way at any generation, any age. Don't get me wrong. First teachers, parents. First,
Absolutely.
if they're in your life, then or your guardians when you're young, they're your first teachers. Facts,
Yeah.
yeah. I've been told all sorts of do's and don'ts by my guardians, family. Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as you get out that door,
Yeah, you want to do
You
your
have
some,
madness.
no, hang on a minute. Some of that morality you keep.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah. And some of it you just don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So anything I do, once I'm off that age to make decisions myself, yeah, although I might be young and immature and I might do things wrong, as soon as I know I shouldn't do that, as soon as my morality sinks in, that's my fault what
But
I do.
I think
Yeah.
Other
black and
people,
white,
hang on.
I don't think I think you're getting it wrong. If there's always going to be a time where your child slips through that gap, but I could say that 80% of your child's actions can be moderated.
Is
So
that-
you
and
hang
can
on a
still
minute.
pick up a knife.
Jimmy's statement was,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
Go
yeah,
on.
sorry. his
Blame
statement,
the parents.
I apologise.
Blame
But
the parents.
I kind of agree. So.
Yeah. How did so?
But if there's no,
If
if
your
there
kid
isn't
goes out-
I'm a
Sorry, Vin.
gang parent. If my child's not home on time, I jump in my car and I'll drive around the whole of South East London for him. So the fact that I
Yeah, but
behave like that, he's more likely to stay in the house.
Jada,
So,
what
I'm
I'm saying is,
Go on.
okay, that's your remedy, cool. But if he does something wrong while he's outside the home and you've taught him, don't do that. If he does that, why are you to blame?
Because, well, under a certain age, I have to take some of the responsibility. Maybe I'm being heavy on myself.
And
No,
but
I
let,
feel
me, let, me,
like
let, me
respect
carry,
that.
let me carry that over 1 minute,
Okay.
Remy, please. Certain things happened in my life, and I had to go through certain things to kind of be the person I am today.
Yeah, like
And
all of us.
yeah, just like all of us.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go too personal. Last time,
Oh,
shit
damn,
almost-
that went left field.
tables almost got flipped, so I'm not gonna do that.
That's
but
right, that's right.
because of that, one of the biggest things I learned was accountability.
Mm-hmm.
And accountability, as we all know, is a massive thing that can allow you
Massive.
to move forward.
That's right.
So for me as a father, and not really having my father around, bear in mind I did see him, but he wasn't as around as much as I
was
liked him to be.
proactive. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
I know that there were certain things that I did when I was younger that I believe, in hindsight, if my dad was around, I wouldn't have done that. Because my mum only could do so much. I wanted
agree,
a
I
masculine
agree.
voice.
So
here
do
and
we
there.
blame your
You see what
mum
I'm saying?
then
I agree.
for not having, not your mum personally,
no, you go
for not
ahead.
having a man around?
You could do.
No,
Okay,
no.
so it could go back
No.
further,
I'm
but
not
then
saying
someone
I
could say
wouldn't,
No.
but
maybe
you
it's
could.
her parents.
No,
that-
I'm not going to, but someone could.
Okay.
So what
okay.
do-
I'm not going to.
Where is
Okay.
the responsibility of social media and all this? Because that is what it's about. The influence of social media and the power.
It's
it has.
not their
Because
responsibility.
It is their responsibility.
They
at
have
the
a
end of the day.
responsibility, but
Yeah,
it's
but
not
to
as
a
large
very
as
small
most
degree,
people
there's
would
only
put
so
it.
much they can do. That's my.
I understand that,
personal
but at the
opinion.
same time, hear this, right? In terms of joint enterprise, if somebody commits a murder
Yeah.
and you are only in the room when it's committed, you are by law legally as
Good.
guilty as them.
Good.
Yeah.
So where does
That's
social,
it's
where does
actual- it's
social
actual part of the
media
law, yeah.
not take responsibility? Because if you are part and parcel to whatever fuckery somebody is creating,
Because
you
you
should be
can't pla-
just as responsible.
Yeah, but you can't place social. Social media could be in the room on your phone, but what are you going to do? Go and get Instagram to come sit in court and try and blame me
No,
for it?
not in that
Right.
sense.
Get
In
a
the sense
representative
that
from the
you
bank.
need to-
Alright, I'm
there's a
gonna sit here
level. There's
Yeah.
a
My
level. I
purple
agree.
box, I'm gonna
I
sit
agree.
here.
I agree.
Let me get some comments up and just let you lot know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what
According
you're
to
saying,
your
Rem. Yeah,
statement,
I see what you're
In the
saying.
sense that it
Exactly.
has responsibility.
But saying
Hang
that,
on.
I mean,
it has
in-
a big responsibility to not perpetuate the bullshit, the,
you know
the
what?
racism.
Yeah,
the
but how?
classism,
Do you know
the
what? There has
What's
to
the
be-
solution?
All right, do
Yeah?
you know what I think?
But hang on a minute, I've got
Yeah.
a little saying. Finding
on.
a problem is not a problem. We can all find problems.
Yeah.
With anything,
What's,
yeah.
What's the solution?
That's it, and I think it's just a thing of everyone working together. I think that personally, social media companies such as Twitter and
Whoever else,
Facebook and so
Instagram,
on,
where,
yeah,
go on.
they can definitely do more in terms of bringing messages out and so on.
And letting
And
people
definitely
know, yeah.
people, not just parents, people, because it takes a village to raise children.
Touche.
People can do more to say, look, let's actually get this curbed. Let's see what the fuck is going on here.
I think
Whether it's
schools
racism,
are doing quite well with
whether
that.
it's- they are.
They're doing very well, from my experience.
They-
of
From your
narrowing
experience.
down
My,
on
my,
some
my
of the
son's school doing it, but
Yeah.
it's not others, not a
Nationally, I
lot.
wouldn't
Yeah.
agree with that.
My
Well,
son's
no,
school's
that's why I
cool.
said
Yeah,
my
okay.
son's school.
But I would say that there's so many people that are involved. So many people are involved in this, and it needs to be people doing a whole lot. I can't say, "Oh, it's your fault."
No,
Why?
it's systematic change, but social media is a very big driver in that, because when you consider the fact that a lot of these children who are most influenced or easily influenced come from dysfunctional upbringing. They come from
No.
the
No.
depths
No.
of
No.
social
I don't
inequality.
know about that.
How so?
I don't know about that. I think.
Hang on. No.
He
I'm not
is
having that. I'm not
fucking
having that. I'm not
angry
having
today,
that.
man.
Hang on a
Yeah,
minute.
I
Alright,
Hang on a
Clint,
minute.
hold on, wait.
Hang on.
wait,
Are you
wait,
trying to
wait.
tell me? Hang on.
Alright,
Hang on. Hang on
Clint,
a
hit
second.
this point because I'll do
When
what
he
I
goes,
wanna-
hang on,
Yeah.
hang on, with the hands.
no,
it's
no.
Hits
not
the
a
belly, he
problem,
gets
you
mad
understand?
angry.
Give it to her,
Clint,
Come
Clint,
on.
Clint, hit it, and then we're gonna.
You can't tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't having it. Yeah.
Okay, go on.
If
Go on.
you're trying to say that because you're from, what was that comment that you made?
Deprived. She said
to
something
be.
about deprived.
I don't want to
Deprived
misquote you.
backgrounds. Deprived backgrounds.
If you're from a deprived background, then
More vulnerable. You're more vulnerable.
Listen.
Social inequalities. You're more
Listen.
vulnerable to social
Listen.
inequalities.
you see money, yeah.
It's not just about
Affluent.
money.
No, hang on a second. Let you land.
Hold on, go on.
What's it-
Go on.
what's it
You're
about
on
money?
way.
Hang on a
Go on,
second.
go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on.
See money, yeah. Having access to what you want because of money could be, that's what I believe, more detrimental to a young person's future than having no access to money. Because hang on, hear me out, let it land. Like I said, yeah. If I've got 100 grand, yeah, and I want
You're gonna buy bags and boxes like Blake Brown told you,
I
right?
was telling you, these youngsters are going out buying brand, buying whatever, because they've got access.
I
You
really-
got money, you got access.
Hold on,
yeah?
hold on.
So
Oh, let
you
Clint
can't say that people from deprived areas are more likely. Maybe they're more likely to do go down certain roads, but people that have access to a lot of money which gives them access to other things. Some people come from affluent areas, youngsters, their openings are going to be different. You can't say because these people are come from poor area, they're more likely to. It's these people come from rich areas, so they're more likely to.
Well,
and then
Clint,
it
to be
goes on
honest, most
like
of the
that.
biggest
You can't
people
say
that
It's
act
just-
up on social media are celebrities. Look what 50 pence is sent going around doing.
Let me
Look at
bust
the
it.
next
Wait,
one
wait,
Hold on,
wait,
hold on,
wait.
hold on, hold on, hold on.
with the hair, with the
Hold on.
Skittles hair. So it's
Hold
not
on.
that.
You know what? Hang on,
you're
hang on a
saying
minute.
is
hang on a
wait,
minute.
wait,
Sorry.
We're
I
getting
agree with
into a
you.
we're getting
Jada, I'm
into a
with
lot of
you.
points.
I'm with you. You know what? Yeah.
Yeah, look,
Because
look
hang
at
on.
the one. What's his
if
name?
50
69.
Cent, hang on.
Look at him.
If
Oh,
50
God.
Cent, if 50 Cent had no money, yeah.
He was a pagan. That's why he got shot 9
Hang on,
times
hang
when he
on,
didn't have
hang
no
on,
Let's
money.
go on what he's doing now on social media, calling out
If
people every
50
Monday wants
Cent
his
had
money.
that mindset,
That
hang on a
is the
second.
driver
Yo,
behind-
yo.
That's promotion.
Hold
That's
on.
media. Do you believe
Clint,
that?
say this.
Doesn't
because-
matter, but what
say
would
this.
the
Wait,
average 12-year-old
Clint,
think when he's
Clint,
behaving like that?
Clint. I want you to say this, and then we're gonna wrap
My
it up
man's
because we got
romancing the
another
mic. Are
episode.
you alright?
Thank you. Yeah.
If 50 Cent
Elvis Presley with it.
was someone didn't have the money or the fame, blah blah, it's just an average dude. You take the words out of his mouth and put him into someone that's got nothing going around. This person owes me money and blah blah. You think to yourself, who's this
Dickhead.
You wouldn't rate him. You wouldn't rate him because it's 50
Because it's
Cent.
him. Yes.
I still don't
you,
rate him.
You
so
overlook
No,
that.
a lot of people do.
You overlook that.
But I want
and you
to
go,
talk
'cause
about
this
that
thing,
in the
oh,
next episode.
do you
I do
understand?
want to talk about that in the next episode.
People
But
perpetuating-
we got to hit this again.
Yeah, we got
But
to hit
we
it. I
gotta
got
hit it
facts
again.
for y'all asses because y'all are out here making. I'm just hearing mad excuses.
But
aight.
what do you lot think? Let us know in the comments. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Common sense. We out.